Thank you all for being here. We're immensely proud to offer this opportunity to edify the community about this offering that we have, this what we consider one of the best kept secrets in Bakersfield, our Master's in Education with an emphasis in curriculum and instruction. So this is an information session designed to impart you with information and to allow you to ask questions to gain clarity about some of our offerings. So to back up, my name is Dr. David Sandals, and I'm the director of the Master's in Education with an emphasis in curriculum and instruction, colloquially called C&I. So sometimes you'll hear us throughout the presentation call this program C&I, but we're referring to the Master's in Education broadly. I know many of you have questions you're burning to ask. I promise you we will address them, but in routes to those questions, we want to give you some context leading up to those questions, who we are as a unit, what our offerings are, and so forth. So we're going to give you an overview of the program, talk about some of the courses, the electives, some of the supplemental authorizations and professional certificates, and then we'll talk about some of the admissions stuff that I know that you really want to get to. So without further ado, let me just also say, the link listed here I will put into the chat so that you have access to it. This is our online component. You can go online and get a lot of the information you're going to hear here today. It'll also deepen your understanding about some of the things that you hear today. With that, I want to talk very broadly about our program. So our C&I program, remember curriculum and instruction, our C&I program is a program that is entirely online for candidates. We want to provide these students with access to our program and the opportunity to relate at home, to be comfortable and to relate with our instructors in the ease of their home. One feature that's not listed on our website and that you won't find here is that we are very, very much customer service oriented. We believe strongly in trying to deliver the strong product to our clients, our customers, who are you, the students, but we're committed to providing you with what you need to be successful. But please know the program is entirely online, and that's without exception. Each course is online. There might be Zoom sessions depending on your course and your instructor, but just bear that in mind. Another feature of the program that we're very proud of is that it is CTC, California Teaching Commission, CTC and WASC approved. WASC is the Western Association of Schools and Colleges. And so it has that certification that's stamped as the certified legitimate program. It's a long-standing program, and we're very proud of that. Another feature about which we're very, very proud in the C&I program is that all of our instructors possess terminal degrees, meaning all of them are doctors somewhat. So whether it's a PhD, a PsyD, or an EDD, all of us are immensely qualified. And then something of note, we'll talk about more of this later as it relates to the core courses and the electives. C&I program overall is a 30-unit program. What you will hear later, and what is of interest to many of you, I'm quite sure, is that many of you will transfer in some of your existing units from your credential coursework, which is a boon to you because that really shortens your tenure as a master's candidate. But just bear in mind, generally speaking, it's a 30-unit program, and it's packed, chock full of a wide array of courses, starting with our core courses. You'll see those depicted on the screen in front of you. So very wide ranging, beginning with our research methods course, a very impactful course, a course that serves as the foundation for all of your subsequent learning. 6200 is one that people reference quite often as the Diversity and Social Justice course. It's taught by one of our instructors who's in attendance, Dr. Alice Hayes. I believe Dr. Adriana Cervantes Gonzalez also teaches that course. Educational leadership is another course that gets rave reviews. It builds on leadership theory in general, and then it leads into educational leadership, which is the striven for goal for those who are looking to become leaders within educative contexts. And finally, we have our curriculum development and transformation course within the courses. So you'll note that each of these courses has a 3 at the very end of it, at the course title, and that indicates the units. So these are 3-unit courses. The core courses constitute the 12-unit, I should say, core. The rest of the 30 units are made up of electives and what is called your culminating activity. So you'll hear more about that in just a few moments. But please just bear in mind, the core courses must be taken. Beyond that, you have some latitude in terms of the courses that you want to take. To that point, we have a number of elective courses. I mean, there's no shortage, in fact, of elective courses. That's one of the beautiful things about this program, in addition to many others. So I'll read this as follows. The elective coursework can be comprised of a combination of reading literacy, advanced topics, and approved credential courses. So the advanced topics component is very wide ranging. We offer a number of courses. They're listed on the website, in fact, but there are a number of courses, including one of our current offerings, cultural perspectives in today's classrooms, which is a really well-received course. It's currently underway, in fact, among many others. I spoke to this a little while ago, but this is the culminating activity. Dr. Hayes will speak to this more deeply in just a little bit. But at the end of your tenure, you'll have to evidence your competency. You'll do that via your culminating activity. I gave you a really quick and dirty synopsis of the initial phases of the program, and you'll see I also gave you a touchstone very briefly, the culminating components that'll be touched on more briefly. But broadly, this is how you're going to transition into that transformational professional who comes out of our program and who is equipped with what we call social justice orientation, an equity lens. You're very diversity focused, all those different melanges of ideas that speak to the transformations that you can impart in schools. The one thing I want to do moving forward is I want to capture some information that came from one of our students. And I found this really revelatory because I was speaking with a candidate earlier today, and haphazardly, on a lark, she started talking about some things that were germane to her and our program, CNI, and I captured some of it on footage, but I actually asked her to repeat it for me. So you'll see this candidate speaking about some of the merits of our program, and I hope that you find her anecdote as compelling as I did. And it goes as follows.
I would strongly recommend anyone who is working with children or students in the future to really go for their master's. You will find the courses to be very life-changing and impactful with topics such as social justice. As you walk out of that program, you will become this empowered, multidimensional, and culturally aware teacher. And these are the things and characteristics that you will want to bring to your kids in the classroom because you want them to feel included, considered, and loved for who they are.
So what that represents to me is this opportunity for you as educators to transform yourselves as practitioners, both on a professional and a personal level. And really what it shows is that this student who just happened to be speaking about our program generally and was able to capture some of that footage, understands the power and the impact of our program and some of the offerings that we provide. So we hope that you are all strongly considering, on the strength of some of these things and others, the merits of our program, and we hope that you all potentially become candidates. We'd love to service you all.
All right, so this is the Leadership in Educational Technology certificate, and this certificate actually came as a response to some of the needs that local educators were talking about, especially as everything has been changing and transitioning over the last, well, really this entire century. What can we have, in our area, in our community, that will represent, the students that we're working with and the educators that we're working with. So this certificate actually came about with conversations with local teachers, input from teachers, input from instructional specialists, and input from administrators. What came out of it were 3 courses. The first course is Innovative Lesson Design and Technology Integration. Within this course, what you do as a signature assignment is you're actually a part of community bank of lessons, where you create inquiry-based lessons that include Genius Hour, gamified learning, 5E lessons, flip learning, and then you kind of just juice it all up and make it more dynamic with the technology that you have available within your setting. The next assignment that came out of there was collaborative, blended, and online learning experiences. And within this signature assignment, you create and you optimize for online collaboration. Some of this gets really specific into what your setting is, but you'll see a couple of examples of those come out in the next couple slides. And then finally, the last course is educational technology for the K-12 leader. And you'll see some really, and you'll see what those examples will be coming up, because the first offering of this course actually comes this summer. So with the innovative lesson design and technology integration, one of the exemplar lessons that came out in the fall was a kinder teacher who was actually fully virtual and online, who decided to go about and really push the boundaries of what kindergarten students can actually do in an online setting. And she created a fully project-based learning experience where kids were documenting what they were doing through verbal, video, through these little gestures, or through these little journals that they were documenting notes and pictures. And at the end, she came out with this dynamic experience that she was able to share with the entire group and really show the possibilities of innovative lesson design with our youngest students in a very difficult setting. This last quarter, we actually had another teacher who, within her signature assignment in the collaborative, blended, and online learning experience, talk about how her school, she came in as an administrator, and how her school collaborated with a local doctor to talk about emergency medicine and epidemiology. And in the video, she actually documents the entire process and mentions how everything, kind of how it all unfolded and her school's reaction to it. So again, we really try and tailor the lessons, the work, the theory, the research to what your current setting is. And then finally, this class hasn't launched yet, but this is potential. There's potential for your examples to be here. This class will be focusing on professional development, community engagement, and student agency, all within the realm of educational technology for the K-12 leader. So that's my piece.
So I'm going to add a little bit to that for anybody that might be wondering. If you're in the CNI program, you can take one or all of those courses. You don't have to apply to the certificate program. If you're part of the CNI, program already and admitted to that program, you can just take them as electives. You can take one or all three as electives. If you take all three, you notify us, and then you'll be able to get a certificate for the your program. If you have friends who already have a CNI master's degree or any other master's degree isn't interested in that, they can also apply to just take the 3 classes for the certificate.
We are going to segue next to Dr. Suleiman, who will speak about a supplemental authorization of reading language arts.
All right. Thank you. And good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mahmoud Suleiman, and I do appreciate all of you, including my colleagues who have done presentations. And I don't have a PowerPoint presentation, but I want to share with you just briefly main highlights of the program. This is a certificate program, and Dr. Sandals also alluded to the fact that we have not only state accreditation, so this is accredited by the state, but also we have had always national accreditation subsumed under CAPE and INCAPE. Right now we are seeking accreditation using a new paradigm called AQUIP, which stands for Association for Advancing Quality in Education in Educator Preparation. So we have all kinds of rubber of stamps of integrity that give us solace in what we are doing based on the rigor and the delicate balance between knowledge and skills needed of all teachers and professionals in the K through 12 system. So our program basically consists of 4 courses ranging from foundations of literacy to certain aspects of the language development in young learners, and also it includes some field-based components where we have participants in the program capitalize on what they are doing. They do micro teaching and we analyze it. We work with them implementing the best practices based on the proven and tested research and theoretical models in reading and literacy research. It is a K through 12 certificate. So our courses actually are designed as such to appeal and meet the needs of teachers in the K through 12 schools. Again, it consists of 4 courses, and this is a good thing. We used to have, actually, Dr. Sandals took advantage of that when we had a master's in reading and literacy. Now, back about 10 years ago, what we did, we addressed the new standards based on the state requirements and paradigms and shifting trends in literacy education, and we created an area of emphasis. So you can actually use those 4 courses as part of the elective units needed to complete a CNI, a master's in CNI, and you can never go wrong. So actually, most of the candidates actually take advantage of that and not only get a master's in curriculum instruction, but also get a state certificate to teach reading, language arts. It's an added authorization. A lot of consumers of that program actually have found a lot of ways and opened a lot of doors and opportunities for them in the district, ranging from becoming academic coaches to literacy coaches to curriculum coaches at the school and district levels. We are in the process actually of disseminating all that on the website because it's offered through the extended university. So we'll put a brochure together, but meanwhile, feel free to reach out to us. I should be listed in the system. And if you have any questions or if you need more information, just reach out to us. So I hope I did not go beyond the 3 or 5 minutes, Dr. Sandals. Thank you.
You are perfectly fine, sir. Thank you so much for that encapsulation.
Okay, I wanna just add again. Anyone can take one or all of those courses for that. They don't have to do the entire authorization program. They can just take 1 or 2 of the classes if they want to. They just then will notify us at the end if they've taken them all, so they can apply to CTC because our campus will recommend them for that. And I also want to add, it is one of our most popular added values of the CNI program. We began with offering 1 class a term, moved up to 2 classes a term, and now we offer all 4 classes for that supplemental authorization every term. So, and they all have between 25 and 35 students in them. So it's a very popular program, and we get a lot of positive feedback from that program. The faculty is excellent. So.
Okay, so next we're going to transition to Dr. Alice Hayes, who's going to talk about the aforementioned culminating examination.
And I do feel the need real quick to pitch another elective course, YA Literature in the Community, which is another option that I teach because there's lots of science and so many amazing options, which, I mean, really, for this program, you just have so many great choices. So it's another option for you.
Okay, Alice, let me jump in really quick on that. Yes, we have the added authorization. We have a certificate. If neither of those things are interesting to you, we offer every summer there are new advanced topics courses that are pitched by the faculty, and they're usually the most cutting edge topics of the time. We have random I can't think of now what our learning, we offer different topics all the time, but like we offer the social justice advanced topic, we offer the literacy, children's literature advanced topic, and we've offered Common Core advanced topics and some of the emphasis on math. So it's just, when you come into the program, you're not limited to any of these things that we're talking about. And if there's a topic you're interested in that it looks like some of our faculty, it's also possible to pitch an idea to a faculty member and they might actually offer that course in a future term.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. For core courses, you can go to the next one. Thank you, Dr. Sandals. The 4 core courses, 62, 61, 62, and 63, and 6400, research, diversity, social justice, ed leadership, and curriculum development and transformation. are the core of our program. And so at the end of everything, you will take your culminating exam. And so the steps for that, first you register for the exam, you'll have 8 options. So each one of those core courses submits 2 topics, 2 questions. You will choose one, you'll choose a total of 3 from different categories. So you have choices. If there's a class that just didn't click for you, you can focus on the other 3 courses and within their options. You will then write 8 to 10 pages on each topic, using 8 to 10 peer-reviewed sources per paper. Throughout the course of that actual class that you take, you will be well prepared. The literature that you read in the class will inform that final document in many ways. And then you can there's a lot of overlap and ideas. What you bring to the program, you can also really further your own research. And this culminating exam is an opportunity for you to show what you've learned and what you know. You will submit your compiled document to turnitin.com and then to the exam coordinator, which is currently me, on the thesis due date for the semester, which is also typically the final day of classes. And if you can go to the next slide, Dr. Sandals. And so you do have a little bit of information. You will have the entire semester to complete the exam. You do have to register for the exam within the first week of the semester. You will be assigned a chairperson who can help you with general big picture questions during the course of the semester. That's a new component that we've just started this semester. So we're still sort of figuring out what the parameters are of that, but that's another huge added benefit. The exam can only be taken in the final section of your program. So all of those core courses have to happen. That being said, I know that I do have some students who are taking a course concurrently and are registered for the final exam, which is a lot, but it's doable. And the exam can be retaken up to 3 times, and failure to submit the exam does count as an attempt if you don't drop the course before the drop add date. Just something to think about as you're planning. Sometimes it's better to kind of wait and extend that exam. Some people get it all done super fast and just go, well, it's all fresh. So that's the final exam. And then it gets parsed out to basically the faculty in the program. And we all work on the grading, and you get a culminating grade between those 3 assignments that you turn in, and you'll get one final grade. And that's basically it.
Thank you, Dr. Hayes. Thank you for that information. Next up, we have something that's probably pressing in the minds of many of you, which is the admissions requirements. Rochelle, are you up?
Yes. So the next slide you have. So we require a bachelor's degree from an accredited 4-year college or university and a culminating GPA of 3.0 or better in the last 60 semester units of all your coursework. So this does include your credential coursework as well, and a valid teaching credential. A couple of questions that students ask on these points regarding the GPA. If your GPA in your last 60 falls below the required 3.0, we do have a process for you to apply for exceptional admission between a 2.7 and a 2.9. There is additional paperwork and an application that you need to complete. What happens is once I receive your application and evaluate all of your GPA, if it does fall below, I will contact you and work with you on that process. And then the other question is in regard to a valid teaching credential. Many students coming in from CSUB are currently finishing their credential courses on our campus, and they are concerned that they wouldn't be able to apply to our program and be admitted. But if you have completed all of your credential coursework and you're just waiting for the state to issue your credential to you, we can offer you conditional admission pending the receipt of your actual credential from the state. So next slide. So for our program, we do utilize Cal State Apply. And if you go to our website, which Dr. Sandals provided a link in the chat, there is a link on the left-hand side of our main page. It says Apply Now. You will see the list of all the items required for admissions to our program. It's listed on your screen. It's listed on our website. And when you click the link to apply through Cal State Apply, it's also all available within our application. And one thing to note about Cal State Apply, if within the last year you have already applied to a credential program using that Cal State Apply process, it won't let you apply to a graduate program using that same email address that you used. So you'll need to create a new account on Cal State Apply with a separate email address, and then you can change your settings to apply to a graduate program. Again, the bachelor's degree, your credential, within the application, you will be provided a link for reference forms. You would send that reference form link to your reference. They email that directly back to us. And this information, there's instructions all on the forms and on the application itself. We don't require any formal reference letters, but we do require the reference forms. And then a statement of purpose. Again, it's a one-page document explaining your reasons for applying, basically what you bring to the table and why you feel you'll be successful as a candidate. Make sure that this is grammatically correct and well written. We have had students be denied to the program due to a poorly written statement of purpose. There is a technology survey within the Cal State application acknowledging that you are taking an online program and you have the skill set and the tools to be an online student. And then for transcripts, we do require one official transcript from all colleges you've attended. If you've attended Cal State Bakersfield for your bachelor's or your credential, we do not require you to submit any transcripts. I am able to pull those from our system. If for some reason I am unable to do so, I will contact you and let you know, and then we'll work through that process as well. And then there is a $70 application fee that you will pay via Cal State Apply as well. I believe that's it for the application requirements.
Okay, I think I'm going to jump in here at this point and move into registering and being what it is to be a CNI student. Most of you have been CSUB students for a really long time. And so you're used to Cal State Apply. You're used to taking classes on campus. And now after this year, you're used to taking online classes. The difference is that we are a part of it. We are extended education. We are part of Cal State. There's not really a difference other than the way that you register and you pay and the cost structure of your courses. Each course that you take is charged on a per unit basis. So it is $430 per unit. So each one of your classes will be $1,290 per class. That doesn't matter how many classes that you take, you're going to be paying separately. There's not like a 0 to 6 unit cost and a 6 to 12 unit cost. Each unit will be an additional charge. We are fully self-support. We don't receive any state budget, which is why it's important for you to understand that piece of it. Everything is financial aid eligible. The real positive thing about this is that Rochelle, that you just met, who walked you through the admissions, will be your advisor from start to finish through the program. So she'll take you from the very beginning. She'll answer any questions you have about payment, about financial aid, about registering, getting into Canvas, any problems that you have. She's your one-stop person. And if she has to refer you to the campus, she'll refer you to the exact person that you need to go to. So you're not going to have to worry about running around campus or figuring out what you have to do to get your questions answered. What you don't want to do is make any assumptions that things are done the way they've always been done, because things are slightly different from registration to refunding. Things are different. So you're going to want to verify on our extended education website about anything having to do with the program. But again, it is a one-stop shop, and Rochelle, it will be the person that will guide you all the way through. I get a lot of positive feedback for her assistance. She knows the program inside and out, so she will be your help. We really look forward. We really appreciate this program. It is the largest program that we have. We've been running it since around 2001, and it has only gotten better over time. You will be able to attend the commencement ceremonies, even though you don't have to come to campus for anything regarding your classes. You will be able to attend the CSU Bakersfield graduate commencement ceremony. And there is no indication that it is an online program. You are part of CSU Bakersfield, you are a CSU Bakersfield student, and you are treated like a CSU Bakersfield student. And our CNI graduates, we have, I don't know, a few years, we've had the most CNI graduates of any of the graduate programs, I believe. It seems like that there are always a lot of them. So we really appreciate that you're interested in this, and we really look forward to helping you get your master's degree.
We want to provide you with some contact information for many of those who spoke today. Unfortunately, I did not capture Rhonda Dawson's email information, nor did I capture Rochelle Sawyer's email information, but you can find that online, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, at the CNI, if I'm not mistaken. But I would really encourage you to take a screenshot, take a cell phone pic of this information so that you have it readily available. And with that, as we bring things to a close, we just wanted to offer, again, a sincere thank you to everyone. We look forward to fielding your continued questions and any conversations you'd like to start regarding potential research projects and so forth. Please throw those our way. And with that, we're going to bring this meeting to a close. And we want to thank you all once again for being present.